Before we begin, I need you to understand just how hot this fire was. The king cranked it 7 times hotter than anyone had ever seen. The soldiers who threw the prisoners in? They died instantly from the heat, and yet inside that furnace, 3 men were walking around free. This story takes place in Babylon, the most powerful empire the ancient world had ever seen. Gold-tipped towers, hanging gardens. A king so confident in his own greatness he built a statue of himself 90 feet tall and told everyone to bow. Among the thousands serving in Babylon were 3 young Hebrew men, smart, faithful, deeply loyal to God. They'd built lives in a foreign land, but there was one thing they would never do: bow to anyone but God. And then there was the king, Nebuchadnezzar II, brilliant general, master builder, and a man who absolutely could not stand being told no. A decree went out across the empire. A statue, 90 feet high, 9 feet wide, made of pure gold, had been erected on the plain of Dura, and every person in the empire was commanded to come and bow. When you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music, you will fall down and worship the image of gold. Whoever does not bow will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace. The music played. Every person on that vast plain fell to the ground. Every person except 3. There were men in the crowd watching, waiting for exactly this. Chaldean officials who saw their chance. They ran to the palace. Nebuchadnezzar was furious. When the 3 still refused to bow even to his face, he ordered the furnace heated 7 times hotter than normal, and he ordered them bound. Soldiers bound Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fully clothed, still in every garment, and they were marched to the mouth of the furnace. The furnace was so ferocious that the soldiers who threw them in were killed by the blast of heat before they could even step back. Nebuchadnezzar looked into the furnace to confirm they were dead, and went pale. "Didn't we throw 3 men in?" "Yes, your majesty." "Then why do I see 4 walking freely in the fire?" Nebuchadnezzar described the 4th figure as like a son of the gods, a divine being, walking with them, unburned, as if the fire were a cool garden. Nebuchadnezzar rushed to the furnace opening and called out by name, "Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." And they walked out. Officials gathered around them, touching robes, examining skin, sniffing the air. Not a single hair burned, not a thread of clothing. They didn't even smell like smoke. Nebuchadnezzar stood up and declared, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel and rescued his servants, who were willing to give up their lives rather than serve any god except their own." Then the king promoted them, higher positions in Babylon than before. Their faithfulness cost them everything and returned more than they started with. Think about what the fire actually took. It burned the ropes, that's it. Everything meant to destroy them only freed them. Sometimes God doesn't pull you out of the fire. Sometimes he walks into it with you. The hardest moment wasn't the furnace, it was the plain of Dura, when the music played and 10,000 people bowed and 3 did not. No angel came then, no miracle, just the choice. Long before the fire, they had already decided who they were. If this story moved you, share it. New biblical stories every week. Subscribe so you never miss them. The full passage is Daniel chapter 3. Read it. There's more there than we had time to cover. Until next time, stay faithful, even in the fire.